Hello, visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. How are you? Welcome back to our Momentum Monday. Today is our episode 144, and where I am now, still in Houston. Last Friday, I traveled to Houston to attend annual kickoff. It's a really like a New Year kickoff convention in financial industry, and it's a great event. I have been staying here for 3 days, and today this is in the Hyatt. Hyatt Regency Hotel near the airport, and they are super sweet. All those people, I've been working after this morning, and I told them, I have a live event. I do not want to go to the lobby to do it. So I asked them, could you extend it, because I have a membership with them. I said, could you please extend my stay, check-out time to 3 p.m. here? I think it is Central Time. Normally I do this like 3 p.m. Eastern time, right? So now here is now it's our Eastern time, 3 p.m. But here locally in Houston, it's like 2 p.m. Eastern time. It's normally 2 p.m. Eastern time, and they are so sweet. They're great to extend my time. So we have, roughly 40 minutes. Let's today get our topic. This is my newly favorite book. I don't know how many of you read it. Let me know. Comment under the video. Let me know if you read it. Okay. The 38 letters from J.D Rockefeller to his son. And I just found this is my new favorite. When I left on Friday, this new book just arrived at home. I thought, oh, perfect retreat to me, right? So I love to bring some book. And this one is not very thick. You can see that. How many pages? Let me double check. It's only 185 pages, plus some like a cover and some extra notes pages. It's just less than 200 pages. So very easy, very handy to bring with your luggage. And when I was in a flight, UA flying to Houston from New York, I spent the time read already on the flight like 10 letters, totally 38 letters. And the 10 letters already so impressive. It's just like I got, wow, so many aha moments, and many of those wisdoms and he shared. Actually, I believe so many famous ones, right? Those masters must have learned from this book as well. So that's why it sounds so familiar. It's just like I heard that kind of wisdom from here and there, but he was writing this letter in, the earliest date was 1897. So that's over, 100 some years, right? Over 140, 30 some years. So all this kind of this one is already like old wisdom, but all those people are referring to his wisdom. And when I search for Rockefeller's quotes, so many, all these things as great goals, right? It's goals. So today I want to focus on the first 10 because I have not finished the whole book. And even those 10, I had to, after I finish one, I review the previous one to see, what I can remember. What's the essence of that wisdom? And I found once. So many of them are outstanding. And this one, very interesting, this editing, this author, or we would say editor, right? Not the real author, because the real author should be Rockefeller. But those editors, they compile it into one book, and not really by the time sequence. I guess they choose that by more they feel like which topic or which wisdom is most important by that kind of sequence. And that's a little bit annoying to me. I want the book it's a letter to his son, right? Really by that time sequence from 1897 goes through to 1914 or 17. Those kind of a sequence will make more sense to me. But anyway, all those wisdoms are independently. You do not necessarily to arrange them by any sequence, right? So far, I would say based on this editor's recommendation, the letter 1 is focusing on starting points. Do not determine your end points. So Rockefeller actually shared with his son. I don't know what's his son's age at that time, not 1897. I guess the son is very young, just at the very beginning of his start of his life. So his dad is pointing out that the starting points do not determine your end point, because his children, right, started with a very high point because their dads, right, the family has already become rich, and they have already built up a great foundation. The Standard Oil Alliance, that kind of a company, Standard Company, right, they almost dominant the market during that time in that century. in almost like 2 centuries right ago, and they became the number one, the most richest people family in this world at that time. So their children definitely are at the starting points much higher than majority other people, right? So they are the very top 1%. But he wants to teach his son do not take granted of his starting points. And also, like those people who started from poor, including J.D. Rockefeller himself, right, starting poor, and then he changed totally his own fate and also his family by generations' destiny as well, because his efforts, right, because all this kind of learning and growth and wisdom and strategies he has applied and his teaching to his sons, right? So definitely, like your starting point, it doesn't matter you are rich or poor. His point is like it may be at the beginning impact how much resources you can get, right? But eventually it will not determine your end point. That gives hope for everybody, right? Every one of us, maybe many, especially majority of us, we could not start at the 1%, because the only 1%, right, or maybe even less than that. Majority families is just like ordinary families, even from poor or poverty families, and how we could change our destiny totally depends on ourselves, okay? Not depends on your families, your parents' wealth, or your family's reputation, or like status. So this is a great one, and especially he said, our destiny is determined by our actions, not by our origins. So that's a wonderful like a point of view and a wisdom to teach our kids. No matter where you start, your end point is determined 100%, fully determined by your actions, not by your origin. And there's some like essences. Oh, by the way, when I was on an airplane, I did not, because there's almost like every sentence is like those like jewelry or gold. I do not want to use my pen. Normally I have a good habits, actually. I have that good habits. If I read a book, if I find some great essence and beautiful, or let's say inspirations, I would use my pen or pencil, right? Sometimes my ballpoint pen to underline those essential parts. Because I like them, I want to remind myself next time if I quickly review the book, right? Those sentences will pop up. But his words, my God, I don't know if you guys read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hills, right? Comment under video, let me know if you are like you read that book as well, or how many of you read this book as well. Compare these two. Let me know your honest feedback. Okay, I know actually Think and Grow Rich has been more famous actually so far, right? At least in the coaching industry or even in the financial industry. I heard the majority of people talk about that book. It's like it's actually newer. I forgot when was Napoleon Hill's age, time. It should be like later than this one, I think. And but Napoleon Hill's articles I also love, but not very easy to understand. Maybe this one because they translated a little bit. They make that age of old style of English into more modern language, right? So it's much easier for me to like English is not my first language, much easier to understand, and it's not like old style, right? It's all like a modern language, very easy to understand. And not just that, because I think I love this is because he's Rockefeller, Mr. J.D. Rockefeller, so far my favorite, okay, one of my favorites. And because everything, the wisdom is originally from him. Of course, he learned from other giants as well. He stood but majority things he shared is from his life experience, his life, the strategies, the wisdom, the perspectives that he practiced through his life. It's not like a copycat, like from other books or just from other people's thoughts, right? You can see that the majority is just directed from him. He's really like the thought leader, I would say that. Thought leader, not just in his age, in his era, but now modern days, I still think he's the best, one of the best thought leaders so far, right? I've already learned. And all those, especially those very inside messages, And I guess Mr. J.D. Rockefeller did not expect that the hundreds years later, people will publish this book with his letters to his own son, right? So he really genuinely, honestly, and fully open to share all his wisdom and strategies to his son. So that's why I would say so far this is the best, my favorite book. And it's just like so genuine. It's like so, when I was reading it, I just felt like it was like if I could have this kind of father, right? So I'm so grateful, even though he was not my father, but his wisdom now we are learning. It's just like, I feel like that kind of a fatherhood person is talking to me. When I grew up in China, my father is just like ordinary, and he used to be like a performer in the local opera house, and later he became the leader of that opera house, managing hundreds of people, and he's a great, actually a very great leader at that time, and he still have some like those great traits, but he only during that time, dozens of years ago in China, very poor, right? They only get a very elementary school level of education. So my father could never teach me at this level, even though I learned so many great, and even like inherited from like so many great traits and characters, right, qualities from my father. But I could never expect that we could have such kind of a communication at this level, like a fatherhood talk to his son or daughter in that way. So I really dared embrace this book. It's just like, wow, it's like I'm learning directly from my imagined the best father ever I could imagine, right, in this world. So, and it's totally like that kind of personal kind of a message to you, so personal. You just feel like if you have that kind of humbleness and also that kind of openness, right, your open spirit, and to fully humble yourself and empty your cup to read these letters, and imagine like it just feel like if you have this father, right, is talking to you, and even I feel God is talking to you, right? So that's the feeling I got, and then so many aha moments. So I can't wait you also get this copy to there are so many copies, by the way. I found this one is the most popular copies because that years, 1897, during those years, there was no copywriting laws to how to say to combine it's how to say to bounding or to bound all this kind of like this kind of information of precious copywriting stuff copies to like from could not like restrain them from like sharing to the public. So people like some editors, I have no clue who they are, but I thank them for the great job compile them together, so share with us. I hope they could make good money because it's really good let's say great products from their resource, and they are definitely blessed by the wisdom and also by Mr. J.D. Rockefeller. So that's the first letter, and let me quickly, even though I do not have those underlines, not easy for me to quickly find out those most inspiring things. Maybe I should do those with my pencil. So that's a good idea. Find a pencil. I did not bring my pencil, only point pen. I did not want to like ruin this book because then I will underline just a paragraph by paragraph. But in his way, he said, people who are privileged but have no power are a waste, while those who are educated but uninfluenced are a pile of worthless rubbish. His words like is at the beginning you may feel like, oh, that's too harsh, right, to call people like rubbish or garbage, right? Those people who are educated but uninfluenced. But he's honest sharing that to his son, who want to help him understand that it's really like even though you're educated, and nowadays words, in my words, it's like I told my kids, the knowledge, no matter how much knowledge you learn, but if you do not apply, especially if you do not learn wisdom, do not learn the mindset thing, whatever knowledge you learn, it's useless. I told them in that way. So now I found it's just like similar wisdom from Mr. Rockefeller. He just said that in a more restrict way, like very strict way, I would say, straightforward and very like strong pause to remind people who are educated but uninfluenced. What he means is really like if they are not without influence, without them to really open their mind and really get that wisdom to be conscious and also to can influence other people, it's useless, right? It's really useless. I also agree with that. I don't mind he used those harsh words because he's quite honest to his son as well. And let me see other ones from this one. The basic is like let me see. You need to strengthen the belief that even though the starting points will affect the outcome, it does not determine it. That's totally true, right? So the whole first letter, let me see. I don't know how many words he wrote in this letter. Very easy to read, just like from the painting page. It's just totally 1, 2, 3, 4 pages from his letter to his son. But this point is very strong, right? To remind the kids, don't take whatever you have granted, and whatever starting point, understand other people. It's just like not just for the kid, for his son, right? Reminding him that all other people have that kind of a right and also have that kind of a possibilities to enter another level. So everybody is just like eventually they are equal. Eventually in long run, right, they are equal. At the beginning, maybe you will say, oh, the world is not fair, why they are rich, why they are richer, right, why they are like have more resources or more privilege than me, and I'm poor, and my parents are poor, like my parents are undereducated, things like that, right? That's only the starting point. Eventually your ending point is decided by you. It's just like Rockefeller himself is best testimonial for that. And now get to letter 2. I need to hurry up and let me see what's the time now. And because I need to make sure that I promised them by 3 p.m. the center time here. I need to check out. So now the letter 2 is luck. Luck depends on planning. This actually is quite a new inspiration to me, because especially the way he's expressing this kind of wisdom is quite new for me. Not so many people are talking about the luck depends on planning, right? So many people saying luck is luck, it's just like by chance, but it's actually not by chance, right? Not so just like a coincidence. In this world, especially in our lives, our human lives, the majority of our lucks actually is by our planning. You could also say by your preparation. Like a lot of quotes people said is like a life always favor those ones who are prepared, right? Or opportunities will visit those people who are prepared. That is actually similar meaning to this. Like luck depends on your planning. It's like you could plan for it, you could prepare for it. So he said, I do not live by God-given luck, but I do so by planning luck. When waiting for luck, you must know how to guide luck. To design luck is to design life. He who merges, by the way, some words are already like translated by the editor, so it's not like original words, but it's just like adhered to his original meaning. He who marches in rank and file has already earned my contempt. He has been given a large brain by mistake, since for him the spinal cord would surface. Okay, so in rank, that's maybe his original one, but that means like you should not wait. Okay, should not wait, and it's not just like your brain. If you have a large brain, you will have like a better luck. No, it's more like really you need guide or design luck to design your whole life. Let me see another like 2 pages, and he said anything can happen in this world, but nothing can happen without doing anything. Reap without sowing, right? True, right? It's just like for farmers, without sowing, you could not even expect a harvest. Those who blindly follow the crowd and rules, I view them with disdain. Their brains are entangled with wrong thoughts, as they think that it is worth being complacent just by being able to withdraw themselves. It's like actually here emphasize the efforts, right? All this by designing or by planning, that means you need your efforts to put in it. And also in another word of my philosophy, it's like you are the creator. I always believe that we and God are co-creators. God created us as creator. And so God created the whole master plan, and he created every of us to have the capability, have the vision, have the dreams, have the purpose, have the passion, have the gifts, right? To create our own destiny, our own life. That's also totally here. So luck depends on planning. So Mr. Rockefeller used his own personal life to illustrate such kind of a wisdom and perspectives. For me, like my life, when I review like how I ended up here, right, and to become a thought leadership coach, and I could abundance coach, living in New York City, and I could traveling worldwide. I could support people internationally, doing the things I know I love to do every day, feeling so fulfilled, feeling so happy and blessed and joyful. That even though I know I met so many like would say adversities in life. But now standing here, I feel so blessed. I'm so grateful that I have this kind of a blessing to, even now, share these inspirations with you and really doing what I love. This is truly a gift to myself, to my life. And I'm not just, when I recall my childhood, it's very, very like a, not so extremely poor, but it's quite poor during that time in China, 1970s, those years, right, in small town, southwest of China. It's quite poor, but when I recall my life, those years are my happiest time of my life. Actually, I would not say the happiest time, but it's like unconsciously happiest time of my life. Now I'm consciously happy. So it's much better quality than those times, but that time is really abundant without any expectation or complaint at all, right? We just genuinely enjoy life at the poor small town southwest of China with all those mountains and trees and water, the river. And I was just content and playing with all this kind of like small insects in the lawn. I just felt like so happy during that time, running around those hills or mountains you can call. Those abundant years for me is really a blessing. But now we think about all this kind of lucks, right? How now I come from a small town in southwest of China, then went to the capital city of Beijing of China, worked there 8 years. I graduated from a prestigious universities. All those is not just by randomly, by chance, right? It's all by planning. It's all by hard work, preparation. It's by your diligence for your all this, and also with a vision. I had a younger time. I had a vision that one day I want to get out of all those endless mountains, right? Endless hills. I was super curious what was outside that world. I never expect I will become a coach now, right? I just think like outside there are so many things to learn. I was so eager to learn. I was like a good reader, a very good reader. I was so thirsty for all this knowledge and books during my childhood. So all those years, and then with the efforts, continuous efforts, right? After graduation, working in capital city, and then I worked also for international companies, and then later get my executive MBA, worked for Fortune 100 companies, and then ended up, later I went to pursue my life's purpose and found my passion, found the coaching to be the best way for me to fulfill my purpose and to empower other people, right? So I got my coaching certificate from a New York University, learned philosophy, school, practical philosophy school in Manhattan, and since then, 2009 to now, 15 years of entrepreneurship. Countless ups and downs, right? Countless many inclusive failures and also like ups, right? All those kind of bumps. And I'm now here sharing all those kind of messages with you. I feel like fully aligned with it because I really know that luck is not really luck. Luck depends on planning. It's really from our efforts, especially if you have a vision. He did not talk too much about a vision, but I know that your vision, your dreams, are super important to guide you, even though at the beginning maybe not very clear. Now I have much more clarity, really clarity about my vision, but still is growing and expanding, right? We are never like a finished product. We're always on this journey, but the luck really depends on planning. So both Mr. Rockefeller and my own life testimonials, I just really totally, I could not agree more about that. Luck depends on your planning and depend on your efforts as well. Especially, I would add that with your vision, with your dream, and especially with your purpose, and your luck is really depends on your wise and visionary planning. Okay, now letter 3. Let me see my time. Okay, letter 3 is comparing heaven and hell. Here is totally talking about the attitude. Your attitude, especially he used the work, right? He used the work as an example. So the greatest reward for our hard work is not what we get, but what we will become. And this one is totally like many people talk about through entrepreneurship, right? Through the business, through whatever you're creating. It's like it's eventually not just about how much money you make, or even how many people you help. Right, of course, we are here to help people. We really look forward to helping more people, but the fundamental, the best one is like who we become. And that's who we become would eventually decide the ultimate level of our success and also our fulfillment. Do you agree with that? By the way, let me see who is watching. We have Carlos, we had Susan, and bring them on camera. Okay, thank you. Let's say bring them on camera. Okay, it's watching. Joy is watching. Mark Brower is watching. Thank you guys. So happy to have you with our Abundant Entrepreneurs in our group, a Facebook group. And it's a great community. I hope you enjoy every week. Monday, we have the Momentum Monday. I always bring you the best inspirations and the best practice I could learn through this coaching journey. Now, number 3, right? So it also said, if you view work as a pleasure, life is heaven. If you view work as a duty, life is hell. So many people is not looking at it as a duty. Many people take work as a burden, right? Especially in employee world, like employment world, corporate world, right? So many. I had those 13 years of corporate experience, so I totally can understand that. And I had a certain time when I lost my purpose, when I did not fully get that clarity of my purpose, and even working in a Fortune 100 company for a few years, if you did not get that kind of level of mentorship, you did not get much chance to grow yourself personally, right? And only just being used in that kind of a big corporate machine, you could easily really lose yourself, lose why I'm here, right? What's the value? What's the point? What's the meaning? And you could really feel like that kind of it's like a hell. I did experience that those short maybe half a year at the last few months of my time in my corporate life, where I did feel that, oh my God, I did not feel meaning anymore. I feel like it's heavy every Monday. Every Monday it was like a draining energy, right? But now in my coaching, doing what I love, following my purpose and help other people, Monday is my best time, because I'm looking forward to our Momentum Monday. We could share the best inspirations with you, right? So, and I know that now for example, my nephew just graduated from NYU. He started his first work, but then he quickly, just within 2 months, he did not fully enjoy. I would say maybe not just the enjoyment. It's also his mental stability and health thing. So many kids, right? So many grown-up kids through the pandemic, they get such kind of problem. And mental health now it's almost number 1 challenge for our young people. So no matter that's the proof again. No matter how much knowledge you learned, if you could not practice it, if you could not really find what you love to do, find the meaning in what you to do to contribute to other people, to influence in Rockefeller's way, right? Influence other people. It's useless, right? No matter how great degrees you get. So I really pray that, including my nephew and many those young people there, they do not just learn knowledge, including in the college, right? They 20, almost 10, 15 years or more than that, 16 years of them learning. Some of them go to master, some of them go to PhD. They only focus on knowledge part. I really hope more of them can pick up books like this, get wisdom, get the mindset, get the best juice of life into their personal development, so that they could really use their knowledge just as a tool, right? Knowledge is just a tool or media to use that to serve other people. Otherwise, it's really useless inside you wasted all these years, okay? So with this faith, we will be able to hew out of mountain of despair a stone of hope. That's true, right? Now the world is more competitive. You could feel more despair and feel more isolated, especially nowadays, internet, AI, everything, right? We are in more online world, virtual world, all this kind of VR stuff. You could feel more lonely, or not fully connected, even though we could connect with thousands or more than thousands of people online, but not really connected mentally, soully, right? That level of connection. So this is truly, it's just comparing heaven and hell. You can really, your mindset, your attitude, right, can totally decide where is the heaven, where is the hell. Right now, in this life, don't talk about the last life or future life. I don't personally believe in that, even though I totally believe in God in my own way, right? I define my own God, the best God, the true love, the truth, the kindness, the generosities, the justice, the love, to this whole world. That's the love I believe in, and I believe all this kind of, across any kind of a religions, any kind of like whatever faith you have, that true love for us is really the one. No matter what kind of way we as human beings, limited version of human beings, we want to try to conceive him or try to define him. He's not definable by us, okay? So, and here is really, he told, like Rockefeller told John, if you view work as a pleasure, life is heaven. If you view work as a duty, life is hell. Reflect on your work attitude. It will make everyone happy, really. If you make yourself happy, and people around you will be happy. If you make yourself miserable, and people around you will suffer as well. It's like for example, my nephew, now he's making me, like even me as an aunt, right, trying to help him, but so far he's not fully get out of that kind of darkness yet, and his parents could suffer as well, right? So it's our responsibility, everyone, to really reflect deeply. So I highly recommend this book to him as well. And I love, by the way, every letter Rockefeller would say, love your father. I love that simple ending, love your father, right? So how many of us dream of that kind of a word from a father? Love your father, and share their life wisdoms, their life experience, their pains, their strugglings, and their gains, and their learning with us. It's really priceless, right? Now letter 4. Okay, so do it now. Do it now. Now I know when people are talking about do it now, where did they get from, right? At least like maybe they get from this copy. And so far, this is the oldest copy I could find, talking all about this kind of a wisdom so aligned with us, and we've been talking about that all the time. But in his way, sharing with his son, it's like helping me get into more in depth of like that kind of perspective and wisdom, and that kind of essence of understanding. And he said the opportunity comes from opportunity, and it's just like you need to create your opportunity, right? You need to do it now. Only takes unfair treatment for emergencies. But his motto, okay, I love his. Sometimes he share his motto is only takes unfair treatment for emergencies. That means like let's say to eat an elephant, you need to eat one bite at a time. So same goes to when you are doing something. If you want to accomplish everything at one go, you will only let the opportunity slip away. So it's like he emphasized that do it now, no matter is also like spontaneously do it now. Okay, doesn't need to like plan everything perfectly, but you need. The most important is do it now. And in Tony Robbins' way, Tony Robbins is another of my greatest mentors. He's still alive, so that's the best part. And he's also talking about like never leave the site of decision without implementation. Just implementation one thing, right? At least. So that's also the similar philosophy as like do it now. Don't delay. Okay, don't delay. Otherwise, you lose the inspiration and also momentum. Bad habits can dictate us and determine success or failure, right? It is easy to develop, but it is difficult to serve. Successfully putting a good idea into practice is more valuable than thinking about 1,000 good ideas at home. How many of us are still daydreaming? Keep daydreaming, but have not taken it into action. There's so many people, right? Countless people. Like now we're attending these financial events. So many people are talking about the goals, but if they do not take immediate action. So that's why normally we follow, even before we leave the site, we've already booked our next live events, the tickets. We bought the tickets already. Similar to like a ClickFunnels live event, I attended it. And before we left that site, by the end of the event, we already as early bird, pre-ordered our next live events tickets. So that's one way, okay? So this is really part of great habits. Successfully putting, to conquer you have lead to do again, ever to do, and your safety is insecured. It's really, he emphasized action, okay? Take action, keep taking action. And letter 5, be determined to compete. I do not go into war, but I destroy competitors. That one, I know it's very like a cruel, right? It's like a very cruel in business world. But he's saying something true. Like, of course, we want to be friends. We want to make friends with everybody. But of course, like maybe we will not go so extreme of his competition. He's really do not time in the industrial kind of a era, right? So people compete by resources like oil or raw oil or those kind of raw materials like metal stuff, right? And how he built up his empire that time by conquering his he called them enemies. I hope you do not really have enemies, or he also called them competitors. But it's good, but the respect he showed to his very powerful competitors, I fully respect that as well. So, and also he had ethical competition. He never did those like bad things, like even the unethical things, even other people is talk like his partners are suggesting him, right? So he did not do those ones. He did like noble competition, use his strategies, use his like a strong mindset. So that one I salute to him. And he said, we must stand on our own feet and rely on ourselves. If your feet are not strong enough to support you, you should not give up and admit defeat, but should work hard to hone, strengthen, and develop your feet and let them exert their power. So, and that's a great one. He said, courage is only one aspect of winning, and you also need to have strength. See, strength. And then he used a lot of strategies, right? But you first need to have that strength. Now, letter 6, mortgage for the future. So here he basically talking about this concept I think is now popular in financial industries, like borrowing money is to create good luck. I remember the poor dad, rich dad, poor dad. Remember his Mr. Robert, Robert? I forgot his he's a Japanese last name. Sorry for that to pronounce his name, but he basically had that philosophy as well. Borrowing money is to create good luck. So, and so many people, right, in real estate use these kind of principles. They borrow money to leverage to get also get a mortgage to buy their real estate for investment, and eventually they earn the money and to invest more, to just earn more money, borrow more money from banks, just leverage banks' money from other people's money, right, to use small money to leverage a big investment projects and eventually make the good fortune. So letter 7 now, the most horrifying thing is spiritual bankruptcy. Oh, this one is very interesting because his son lost some money in the stock market based on either his inexperience and also not strong enough and also maybe easily believing in other people. Anyway, he lost $1 million the son borrowed from his father, from Mr. Rockefeller. So that's very interesting. During that time, $1 million is a lot, right? And lost in the stock market. Of course, his son is quite dismayed and frustrated. So the father is I remember from these 10 letters, he used the 2 letters to encourage his son during his darkest time, okay? And to encourage him, said failure is a good thing as long as it does not become a habit. When you take advantage of opportunities, you are depriving others of opportunities in order to guarantee yourself. Once avoiding failure becomes your motivation to do things, you have embarked on a path of laziness and powerlessness. So his son may be like dismayed and they're not taking any new like risks, right? So he's encouraging him, and also said, an optimist sees an opportunity in every calamity. A pessimist sees a calamity in every opportunity, right? So that's why Rockefeller could make so huge success, because he's like just like I shared in our quotes, right, in our post today. He said he can turn any disaster into good opportunity. That kind of like both strength, like and also his spirit is really strong, right? So he said like most horrible thing is the spiritual bankruptcy. Like when you feel like dismayed, discouraged, they're not to try things again, they're not to take risks. That's the bankruptcy from your even though they're not to lose money, but you're already like bankrupted from your spirituality, right? So and he said, I have great faith in you at the end of the letter. That's beautiful encouragement. All right, so now we have less than a few minutes. Okay, let's get to letter 8. It said only giving up will result in failure. That's exactly what now we're talking about. You will never fail, right? Unless you give up. So there's nothing in the world that can replace perseverance. So her whole letter emphasized the perseverance. And he has a very famous quote is about like a most important thing, right? Most important factor to success is actually the perseverance. And he even said that by perseverance, even the universal, even the natural law will not really work. It's just like the perseverance can really change anything. It can create miracles. Unless you give up, you will not be beaten. Too many people overestimate what they lack, but underestimate what they have. Too many people overvalue what they are not and undervalue what they are. So yeah, so when we have that self-sabotaging, think about this one. It's like how to never give up, right? Today we are grateful and praise. Oh, okay. He wrote this letter actually on the President's Day. It's honoring President Lincoln, and actually he honors Lincoln the most from all these presidents under his time, and he admired him. Lincoln really such a courage and the strength, right, to put this the nation to. He said with his indomitable spirit, courage, and generosity, liberated 4 million of the humblest black slaves and crushed 27 million locks that have been placed on the soul of people of color. So I love both Lincoln, what he admired, right, and also Mr. Rockefeller's. He's really pursue people's equality, and he's teaching that, and also use President Lincoln as an example, teach his son of this great character of perseverance. So, and now letter 9, faith is gold. Right, the level of confidence determines the level of achievement. So to him, he's now align both faith and confidence together. I also personally feel like the biggest confidence I have now is not just believing myself anymore. It's really from that faith, because I have the faith in God, and I have faith for the purpose, the passion, the gifts He blessed to me, the mission He blessed to me, right? So I could have that kind of confidence, above majority, average level of confidence. I would say I was born an optimistic person, and I from my young my childhood journey, I become very confident already. But my real unstoppable confidence is really from God, because we still have so many we could have so many failures, so many bad lucks times, right? And but the faith, because this faith make me confident for the future, and even in front of any failures. So he said the level of confidence determines the level of achievement. As long as we believe that we can succeed, we will succeed. That's both in affirmation, meditation, and all those kind of a mindset teaching, right? Many of our mentors, masters talked about that. We need to believe in that we can succeed, then we will succeed, right? The belief, even in the law of attraction, that the belief part is super important. I never believe that failure is the mother of success. Oh, this is my favorite, one of my favorite quotes from him. I never believe that failure is the mother of success. That's a popular quote. Many people say the mother of failure is mother of success. He does not believe in that. He said, I believe that faith is the father of success. Faith is the father of success. I love that, because from his perspective as a father, right, now writing this letter to his son, this makes perfect sense. The force which have lighted my way and time after time have given me new courage to face life cheerfully have been confidence. Confidence. Wow. So, okay, so adopting an attitude of I will give it a try, but I don't think there will be any results, okay, will lead to failure in the end. Disbelief. Yeah, disbelief. So many of us, our failures really majority of the time from our own disbelief. Okay, so it's just we are dig the pit for our own to fall in. Okay, success achievement is the ultimate goal in life. She needs to cherish my credible and active thinking. Of course, I do not think I can let my beliefs go wrong at any time. So he emphasized that beliefs, and also because of faith, right? His faith, he want to increase in income and numerations, which improves people's living standards. So he wants to make money. He wants to become that kind of a dominant position, so that he could help change many other people's lives. So to him, he said money is not really his real goal anymore. He want to use those money to change many people's lives, to have that kind of a control or contribution in a society. Now the letter 10. So today we will share till letter 10, okay? due to the time, and also because I already finished the letter 10. So today, when on my flight back to New York, I will finish hopefully another around 10 letters as well, totally 38. So within maybe 1 or 2 weeks, I can finish this great book. But definitely I will put this in near my desk. I will refer to it again and again. So number 10 is loyal to oneself. I can deceive the enemy, but I will never deceive myself. And by the way, this is very interesting. He shared his life lesson or business lesson, how he was deceived, right, or cheated by his partners or and other people in the business world. So he's teaching his son how to protect himself, not to be cheated again. And especially his son, remember, lost the $1 million in the stock market. Maybe he easily believed in somebody's messages, right? So he said, people who ask me to treat them with sincerity want to reap benefits from me. What fate gives us is not the wine of disappointment, but the cup of opportunity. Our destiny offers not the cup of despair, but the chalice of opportunity. So that's an old way of English. So he said, let me see. So he's using some. This is really like the game chapter. Okay, the game ladder about how to play in a game in the business world, especially not just business. I know it's like in a society. Of course, he wants to trust everybody, right? But in reality, you need to also be wise enough to protect yourself, be cautious, and to understand that there could be cheating and deceiveness, right, in this world. So don't be that kind of naive. He says, son, what destiny gives us is not the wine. Oh, okay, that part we read. He said, what happened on Wall Street is nothing special. It is just that you believe in others too much. However, you need to know that a good horse will not fall twice in the same place. It's just like learn where we fall down, right? Learn the lesson. And how to say is to really, he said, deception is only a strategy in a profit making game and cannot solve the problem. So, here he also emphasized that kind of ethics, how to do the business or in life, right? Do not cheat, but at the same time, do not want to be fooled by others as well, because there are some people, right, at that level to try to play those unfair game by cheating or by deceiving to get their own benefits. But we need to know how to protect ourselves, right? And also, he said, loyal to oneself. You need to build up that kind of ethics and also loyal to yourself, fully believe in yourself, and you will never be fooled, right? So that's like a very precious 10 lessons, life lessons and great wisdoms, right, to teach with us. I hope you agree with that, and let me know either you are watching this live or by replay. Let me know which ones are your still kick that kind of aha moment or inspiration with you. I would really love to see your comments and what's your insights, what's your learning from or inspiration from this. So this book, highly recommended. Okay, the 38 letters from Mr. J.D. Rockefeller to his son. By the way, the both are called Zheng. In old times, they just love name their son's name following the father or maybe grandfather. So I can't wait to go the following letters. The next one, okay, about great. Let me see quickly. Great about the good people, about free. There's no free lunch in this world. Be the foolish, smart people. We heard so many of those the wisdom shared by people, and I believe many of them maybe read this. Wealth is a byproduct of diligence, and do not make excuses. Gosh, I just feel like he's the father of all of us. He's the father of all this modern words of wisdom. The seed of success is in your hands, and have no rights to be poor, and insist to be the first. Whoa, see. Take risks to make use of opportunities. Wow. It's just wow. I cannot, praise this and recommend this more. Okay. It's really one of the best. And so far, I even favor this one more than Think and Grow Rich. Because I love this kind of letters to father to son. And from a third party to read this from our standpoint, right? It's just I feel like I'm reading a wise fatherhood figure talking to myself. So that's a wonderful feeling. So I hope everybody, you will enjoy this book and also share with us your best recommendations, and especially let us know 2024 where do you want to make the big change and transformation. Okay, we look forward to supporting you and look forward to seeing more of you inside of our Facebook book, Abundant Entrepreneurs. By the way, this video will replay on our YouTube channel, Spring Zheng Abundance Coaching. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, that you could watch both the replays and also get a notice of our new episode. We look forward to empowering, to stand out, and to transform many other people's lives as well. Okay, take good care. See you soon. Bye.